I'm Susan Rouse. I'm a college professor. I teach biology at Southern Wesleyan. Well, just under a year ago, I developed kind of a dry, annoying cough, and like any of us probably who are reasonably young and healthy, I didn't think a whole lot about it. But over the course of probably the month of November, it got a little worse, and it got to the point where I wanted to kind of seek some medical attention, and I did that. We worked through a number of solutions and possible diagnoses, and none of those helped, and that all culminated in late December, actually the day after Christmas. I ended up having a CT scan of my chest to see if we could kind of figure out what was going on, and at that time it was discovered that I had a large sort of tennis ball sized tumor in my right lower lung, and it was determined that the final diagnosis was that I had stage 4 adenocarcinoma of the lung. And what that means, just to clarify, because it sounds that diagnosis is pretty technical, but it is lung cancer, and stage 4 does mean that it's moved to multiple organs. So in my situation, it had moved into both lungs, so sort of all over both lungs, through my lymph nodes into my liver, my adrenal gland, my bones. And so, as it sounds, it was and is a pretty serious situation. As of July, my cancer has reduced so dramatically that it's not detectable on a PET scan. So it's not actively growing right now, and it has shrunk dramatically so that it's right now below the level of detection of our current technologies. No one can have a cancer diagnosis and not face their mortality. But, anybody who lives and has a relationship and is a parent, certainly the next place your mind goes is that, how difficult it would be for the people that I love if I were no longer here. And that has been a struggle, but what I have had to do is just be completely dependent on God and recognize that He loves the people that I love more than I love them. The only place my mind would go oftentimes to not just sort of enter the depths of despair and feeling that badly was to remind myself that there are people out there who are experiencing worse. I learned that I was immensely loved, and no one can experience that kind of outpouring of love and support and not be a changed person. And so just really understanding that God works through us for each other, that He is real, and that His abstractness doesn't have to be a barrier for us to know Him and love Him, because it's so visible when the community of Christ sort of embraces us. What's next in sort of the development of my disease is that in a couple of weeks I'll have my next set of scans, and we'll kind of see where things stand. And the progression of my cancer, the dramatic reduction from January to July, is miraculous, and period. And it will be miraculous no matter what comes next and the time frame in which anything else might happen. And so certainly if those scans are the same as they were in July, then we will rejoice that, and I will continue to enjoy life as normal as I am now. If we find that the cancer is growing again, then that'll be hard, and we'll mourn that, but we will then turn to any solution that we think might work, and we'll pursue that. But it sort of doesn't matter in the large scheme what those results are, because God is doing His work. And I was really impacted by what that wise pastor said not too long ago, that I can do what I can do, and I'll just have to let God do what He's going to do.